Picture a pope so controversial, he held the papacy 3 times. This isn't fiction. Let us introduce Pope Benedict IX. Born into the influential Tusculani family, Benedict's life was destined for power and controversy. His father, perhaps driven by ambition or faith, allegedly bought his son's way into the papacy, a scandal that sent shockwaves through the church. Benedict IX's early life was marked by privilege and power, but it was his unprecedented appointment as pope that truly set his life apart. Imagine a young man in his early 20s, barely out of boyhood, thrust into one of the most powerful positions in the world. It was a move that raised eyebrows and questions, not just within the church, but around the world. This was not a position earned through years of devotion and service, but one allegedly bought with the Tusculani family's wealth and influence. A young man, ill-prepared for the spiritual responsibility he was to shoulder, found himself at the helm of the Catholic Church. So began the tumultuous papacy of a young man ill-prepared for such a spiritual responsibility. Not once, not twice, but 3 times did Pope Benedict IX ascend to the papal throne. This extraordinary feat was not born out of admiration or respect, but rather a series of controversies and scandals that shook the foundations of the Catholic Church. Benedict's first term was marked by allegations of immorality, which led to his forcible removal from office. However, with the backing of his influential family, he reclaimed the papacy, only to resign once more, this time selling the office to his godfather for a hefty sum. This unprecedented act of simony led to his excommunication, yet Benedict was not quite finished. In a final act of defiance, he seized the papacy for a 3rd time, before being expelled once again. Throughout his 3 terms, Pope Benedict IX proved to be more of a political schemer than a spiritual leader, fostering an atmosphere of corruption that would stain the papacy for years to come. His papacy was a wild roller coaster of power plays and scandal, a far cry from the spiritual guidance one would expect from a pope. Pope Benedict IX's life was a whirlwind of controversy, but what remains of his legacy today? The legacy of Pope Benedict IX is one of cautionary tales and significant reforms. His tumultuous reign led to the implementation of critical changes in the Catholic Church. It was his chaotic rule that prompted the Lateran councils of the 12th century to establish the rule that popes would henceforth be chosen by the College of Cardinals, thus preventing a recurrence of such a situation. Today, Benedict IX is remembered in the Catholic Church as a figure of controversy, a stark contrast to the spiritual ideals of the papacy. His life and papacy serve as lessons in the potential pitfalls of power unchecked by wisdom and integrity. The story of Benedict IX underscores the need for spiritual leadership that is grounded in humility, wisdom, and a genuine commitment to service. It is through the lens of history that we can see the true impact of his reign. His story has been woven into the fabric of the Church's history, a reminder of a time when the spiritual and secular worlds collided with dramatic consequences. And so, the tale of Pope Benedict IX serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of power without wisdom and the importance of spiritual leadership in the Catholic Church.